Wish I would've known. Okay. Well, I don't know. What's our topic?
Why Overwatch sucks.
Yeah.
No, because when was when was Overwatch ever good? Let's be completely honest.
2015.
You didn't even play in 2015.
2016.
2017.
It's not the same
You
date.
played in like 2017. That doesn't mean the game was like good back then. Like that was like Hanzo like scatter era.
But like people didn't want to kill themselves while trying to play the
they
game.
did. No, they definitely did.
And
It
that's
was
not as much as today. Like, not nearly as much.
Dog.
Yeah, but like you gotta remember, like towards the end of Overwatch 1, it was like the same thing where people were like, "I'm gonna kill myself." But back then they like actually did it because it was Overwatch.
It's all because of that one-shot comp, you know.
Hmm.
Back then, now we had some Metra.
Back then we actually had shield tanks to block.
Well, but double shield was like really annoying.
And then like goats happened.
And goats was really annoying. Actually, I didn't even play during goats, but when I did, it was like kind of fun. I thought goats was fun. That's because Brig was broken. So
For like a couple of years, she was just extremely broken.
In a couple years, it was like a year.
It was like double shield.
And she's like,
bye-bye.
A couple of years.
Made an entire new game mode just to counter whoever it is, goats. Roll Q.
Well, okay. I mean, they could have done so many other things, though. Like, that's literally just Blizzard being like, oh, hey, we couldn't think of an idea, so we're going to force you to not play goats by not allowing you to have 3 tanks and 3 healers on a team. Like, low-key, Paladins literally did everything better.
oh yeah,
like,
Paladins.
Paladins has no roll queue, and it's never had, like, a major, like, goats problem that I can remember. And, like, one-shot characters don't exist. Healers can brawl. Okay, the thing is, one-shot characters, like, that's their ultimate. Like, and yes, like,
actually, Dragon Strike, Janos and Skies go through walls, but like, you know.
literally has, like, an almost infinite range through walls, one tap that's instant, but that's an ultimate.
So
it's
does
also on a
Sky.
healer for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, the ultimates in that game are a little scuffed, but like
the one for
like there's like no
Con.
one shot. There's like no one shot snipers and stuff. Like no one sees a Kinessa and is like, oh my gosh, that's the mega threat. Unless you're like it's like your first match on, and they could sit in the back of the map and like plink you for an hour and a half. Like.
Well, the one that's actually a sniper.
I don't know, like, having talents and stuff's also cool, where it's like, oh, you can actually, like, change your stuff and buy things. Overwatch is just, like,
you have to switch or you lose the game, basically how that works.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Because you actually have to play Paladins. Paladins is so much more fun than Overwatch right now. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you know what's also better? Realm Royale.
Realm Royale.
Yo, we gotta take a second. No, we gotta take a second to thank our sponsor, High Res Studios,
they're not
for sponsoring this video.
They probably hate us.
Our next podcast we'll talk about Realm Royale, but that game is so much fun, man. I want to die anytime I play it because it's so like brain rotting.
I love having 2,000 health and it
just
being
like,
deleted in 4 seconds.
Think about Fortnite and just not think about that at all, and that's Realm Royale.
Like think about Fortnite met Overwatch met Paladins.
It's like Fortnite met Paladins, and then like they added a chicken mechanic for some reason that does nothing. And also, like, the reboot system is terrible because you can just reboot in the storm and get, like, insta-killed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems with Realm Royale, but I would still play it over Fortnite. Because Fortnite is, like... Fortnite just makes me want to die. Realm Royale, at least, I'm like, oh, well, no one plays this game. So...
True.
I got beat by a top 500 player, because there's only, like, 300 players.
We are all top 500.
Yes.
That is the funny part about Realm Royale, is, like... When you look at like the players on the boat when you're loading in, there's like 10 people, but then you load in
and the rest
match,
are just
and
defaults.
it's 100 people in the match.
Yeah.
And it's like they're all AI.
Yep, these are all real people.
Yep.
That has to be the way it is for Paladins, because you look at the top 500 leaderboard and there's like 4 people on it that qualified. It's so bad.
Like literally, the first 50 players you encounter are just bots.
Kind of. I love Paladins. Paladins is so funny. And, like, they actually update the game. Like, they have They have balance changes. They have characters that actually.
Overwatch couldn't do that.
Like one shot isn't a thing in
While
Realm Royale.
Overwatch was like sexually harassing their employees and like forgetting they had a game for like 4 years, Paladins was churning out a character like every couple of months.
They had to focus on Diablo 4, then just
They
completely
did
forget
not-
about it.
They did not
The
have
Diablo
to
4 ended up
focus on-
being, you know,
they did
buggy
not have
and
to focus that much time on Diablo 4. Because the game is great. Diablo 4 is incredible. But then they were like, Overwatch, you can die.
you know, our
What's a PvP?
Bro, PvP,
What?
trash.
Wait.
PvE, just like...
Campaign? $15.
you know that thing we promised. You know that thing we promised 4 years ago, and actually had gameplay for it 4 years ago.
We forgot about that.
Nah.
Literally Paladins did it better.
Yeah,
Like, Paladins doesn't even have a PvP.
and that's made by High Res.
We literally had
Playtesters
playtesters
so
at
funny.
BlizzCon 4 years ago. Like, we don't have that anymore.
Yeah, and then
Like
they
you
were
remember this
is-
gameplay that we actually had like a couple levels
Sorry,
you
we
could
had
play.
We had to delete that.
You know that COVID period
That
where
was way
we're
too
doing
hard, yeah.
nothing but working on PVE.
That's literally the dartboard. Like, their CEO woke up one day and was like, all right, what
Jeff
are we doing
Kaplan.
today? Okay, delete. Okay, game type. Okay, PvE.
Buff Hanzo.
Yeah, and then they went to the side and they're like, all right, we had to turn out some balance changes. Okay,
Let's
buff. Okay, Junker Queen. All right,
get rid of one tank.
2 times the healing. Okay, yep, that won't change anything in the game.
That's a 15-second ultimate. Yep.
Wait,
yeah,
she's
get
really
that.
good now? Alright. Nerf. Genji. Let's
Literally,
go.
They've done that like 6 times in a row, and Genji's not even good. Because like,
Oh, I can't wait to
countered by
Dragon
half the
Blade.
roster.
no, even when you play against a good Genji, I'm not like, oh crap, this Genji's really good. I'm like, oh, well, I guess this Genji's fine, but like,
The
it
only
doesn't
time
matter.
Genji is like bad is when Nanoblade happens, which you need an Ana for.
I guess so. But like, even then, Nanoblade can be countered so easily. Like, if you just have a Lucio, you're counteracting 2 ultimates with beat, or sometimes you don't even have to use beat. You just boop them and speed boost away.
Or just
Like-
you just murder him when he doesn't deflect.
It's so simple, but still, they're just like, what if we like nerfed Torb's turret damage? I mean,
How
he
will
was
we
too
buff
much of a threat.
Soldier's plasma rifle?
That makes no sense because if you think about it, they were talking about it. They were like, "Oh, well, the only reason we buffed Soldier is because he wasn't like as good at higher ranks." Then why'd you nerf Torbjorn? Like,
Why'd you-
Torbjorn is terrible at higher ranks.
It's probably
and you
like-
make him even worse.
Look at the character distribution in GM, and it's
and then
not played.
like Sim, they were like fucking lifesteal for some reason.
And I can see him through walls,
And
because, yeah.
like, why would when I'm playing Sim, which never happens, I'm not like, wow, I'm really shooting the shield right now, and I'm not regenning any health. This
Sub
is
1
such-
hour on
This
Sim.
is
Sub
such
1
a
hour.
problem. No,
Still not gonna play her, though.
probably not. What is that one character I have like
Junker
no
Queen.
time? Oh yeah, Junker Queen.
Junker Queen. I have so
Yeah.
much time on Junker Queen, literally just because of comp.
Junker Queen's fun, but like I refuse to play them outside of Mystery Heroes. Mystery Heroes, unironically, like the best game mode in Overwatch.
Wrong. Kappa Lucia.
That's a new thing they're adding out.
Oh, they're adding next year? Like
Yeah.
a new game mode?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
they-
gonna be so
they're-
fun.
They've spent the entirety of this year and last year. This is why they canceled PVE, by the way.
So they could work on
Yeah,
Kappa
so
Lucio
they
Ball.
can work on
That's
Kappa Lucio
crazy.
Ball.
It was
They're
gonna be
come out-
insane. Like it's gonna be the
Yeah.
exact same thing, but with a rank. It's gonna be
They're
crazy.
Come out with the ranked system. It's
do-
never been done
Also do
before.
Copa Winston's volleyball.
But no, if one thing happens, I hope it's not that. Like, what are they even doing right now? Because they're like, oh yeah, like what about like they had like 4 or 5 maps that they were like, oh these are coming out with Overwatch 2, and all they gave us was like Midtown.
They're doing it again.
Midtown.
That's like it. They're like, okay, we have like they had like the London one or whatever. and there's, like-
New
it's, like,
Queen Street.
They're
Don't
like
forget about that
changing
one.
the ones for like Paris. Like it cannot be that hard. Literally, like the people. I don't know. Like you give it to some person who just learned how to make a map, and changing like Paris into like an escort map would be so easy.
Yo, you guys see that
And
new?
this, for some reason, they just randomly reworked Watchpoint Gibraltar because they felt like it.
That probably I guarantee that took them like 3 months. There's no way that didn't take them like 3 months.
They just added a new doorway and called it a new map.
They were like, this is like a really difficult task, so we're gonna cancel PvE to rework Watchpoint Gibraltar, which nobody cared about to begin with.
Which is probably even out of the map pool right now
Which
anyway.
it isn't even it's not even a rework, because first point was like one of the issues. They did nothing there. Second point, they just added like this massive opening. Cool, I guess.
And it's also like a
point,
doorway to the left, remember?
Third point defense is just stupid because you're all funneled out the same door. Like, that didn't change anything.
It just made it worse in any case.
Literally. They're like, that was literally a dartboard moment.
It was literally a dartboard.
Make this map good or make it even worse.
They hit the nerf map. Oh, shoot, which one? Oh, Watchpoint Gibraltar. Okay, how can we change this?
Offense-sided. Nice.
Offense. I don't know. I didn't even care about that map. That map was fine. There's so many other maps they could have changed.
And also, the new game mode they came out with, 2CP. New game mode. Like, they're coming out with a new game mode called 2CP.
They should just add back 2CP. Let's be completely honest
CP.
here. I don't get what the issue was with CP. They were like, oh, the fights take too long. You added in push. Like, push is like...
push is over after the first win.
Push is literally a team deathmatch game mode. Like, and you're complaining about 2CP being a problem. Like, if you have 5 people on point, yeah, they're gonna trickle in and like stall you till overtime, but you're still winning.
Especially on Hanamura, with the most contestable point known to man.
They honestly could have just reworked the map. Like, just push the spawn back like 10 feet, and it's not.
You could turn the 2CP maps into push so easily.
Well, that's what they were talking about doing, but you know it's Blizzard, so that's never.
They don't want to do work.
That's never going to happen. Literally, all you have to do for Hanamura, you don't even have to change anything. Literally, just put a cart in front of the spawn doors and, like, maybe push up the spawn point for defense, and you literally have an escort map.
Literally.
Real.
And all you have to do...
They're probably going to make it a push map.
They'll make it a push map. That would be hilarious to see a push map that's, like, different. Like, not symmetrical. That would be so funny. Like Hanamura, like
it just goes left.
Like Hanamura, like you have one side that's like completely downhill, and the other side's just completely uphill.
That'd be kind of fun.
So funny.
It's a giant staircase.
Really frustrating though.
Ball would be just overpowered on the top going down team.
Well, yeah, the entirety of top going down team would just like bot you. What's wrong with you? He's the dog.
It's a dog that has autism, you know.
Like the Overwatch did.
Like,
what's the requirements to become an Overwatch dev?
Be mentally challenged. To be
make $30 skins.
Make $30 epic skins. You know.
Those skins are so bad. Wait, here.
Lifeguard Mercy though.
Oh, geez. And you know that took them.
I took them like,
the funny thing about that is there was designs for that for multiple years. So literally all they had to do was go online.
Let's make this HD.
And copy it. And it took them 5 years to do that. They're like, guys, we did some really good work today.
Also, it's funny how it says the mythic skins take over a year to make.
Like what? The Tracer skin? I could literally make that by scribbling on a piece of paper. Like, that's so easy.
Especially if they have Junker Queen skin as well.
Yeah, the Junker Queen skin, that's really easy. The Sigma skin is fine, I guess.
The Kiriko one was really bad.
The Queen one literally took 2 minutes. Let's add some lightning bolts
they
to this.
They gave her voice actor a changer or something. Have some echo.
An entire year. Alright, careers at Blizzard Entertainment. I wanna know what I have to do. Find your people.
I could work at Blizzard.
Can I just look up Overwatch?
It kind of reminds me of the high-res award system.
Alright, production director, senior animator. Alright, what's the requirements for this? Breathe. Okay. Blizzard Entertainment's Overwatch 2 team seeks a senior animator ready to set up and breathe life into a menagerie of heroes for our new gaming universe. What do you mean new? Join the
game's
team
been out for a year.
Blizzard's sequel to its insanely popular first-person shooter.
Insanely?
Insanely.
That's high expectations, you know?
I mean, insane. Maybe 5 years ago.
What is this quote? Norman McLaren famously said, "Animation is not the art of drawing, but the art of movements that are drawn." Like, no shit.
He's mentally insane. He's a perfect candidate.
Yeah. Also, it can't be that hard to animate Overwatch. Just people on this year.
You know, it takes even more to animate.
Half their time is spent on the animations that are 2 minutes long. Like,
Guys,
post on
Genesis,
YouTube
that took
every
us 4
every
years.
year.
Genesis took us like
took
4
them
years.
and no
Bro,
one
that was like
cared.
2-minute episodes.
Your
That made
skills
no
as an
sense.
artist, technician, and gamer.
I mean, the story was okay, but it was just like, Echo.
Alright. You will conceive and create animations, work in collaboration with artists. You won't be working. Work with lead animators. You won't be working. Be an active participant. No, you'll be like asleep. You need to demo reel showing your skill in animating the human bipedal figure as well as other organic forms. 5+ years experience in game development. I'm guessing that's like a Roblox game. Or, hey Josie, like help break
What the-
anything, please. I know you're arguing about what's okay.
I'm great making Roblox games. I should be a Overwatch dev.
In all honesty, you could probably submit a position that would be like, oh, Roblox? Okay. That's good enough.
Ever seen
Software
Roller
engineer,
Coaster Tycoon?
Roller
Yeah, I know
Coaster
that guy.
artist, lead game designer for live events. Yeah, I see why so many positions are open for that. You guys do nothing.
Yo, live events in Overwatch? That's a thing.
It's definitely
Honestly,
not.
they should just make me the voice actor for the next event. Like, when that PvE comes out, I should just be
That
the
would be
voice
so
actor.
funny.
You're the Omnic voice.
That would be hilarious.
They're attacking Port B! Get 'em!
No, you have to
Conducting
make, like,
racist
make,
attack.
like, all the Blizzard jokes. I love seeing those online, by the way. Like you like load up YouTube, and
Yeah.
then Overwatch team is like, new Overwatch live event, and people are like, I love when Blizzard, I love when Reinhardt said hammered down and crushed all of the PvE content. Like it's so obvious.
I love when Lucio said,
Buy them up! And
I
bought
will-
up the entire item shop.
I love when Lucio says, let's break it down, and breaks down how the Overwatch
Breaks down
PvE
all
failed.
of PvE. It's so funny. And they keep posting regardless, like they don't even care.
Did you just turn off their comments at this point?
Yeah.
No, because that would be sad. Or wait, can I even find them? Maybe they just delete them.
No, you gotta go on Play Overwatch YouTube channel. They're like all over.
I looked up the topic.
No,
Okay.
it's literally just Play Overwatch's community post. Yeah.
Yeah, like last call for latest Prime gaming stuff, and people are like, "Oh, you're really stupid." Imagine having one reason to play this game. True. No one has that. 2 times match XP's back. I love when Reinhardt said hammer down and slammed all the PvE projects. Love it when Hammond said monetization operational.
I found one. It's like loved it when Ash said, "Bob, do something," and Bobby Kotick groped a female coworker.
What? Oh. Bob, do something.
This is great. And then there's like some goofball in the comments who's like, "Oh my god, that incredible campaign story beat about the double XP was incredible. 4 years of developing the wonderful campaign to tell a story about how the world needs double experience more than ever to help grind the battle pass is so incredibly compelling." Like, I feel so bad for these people because they're like, "Wow, I can't wait to work at Blizzard." And then every time it's just like, I like the part where Joker said tick-tock, symbolizing the community becoming progressively more aggressive to Blizzard.
I love when Lucio shouted, turning up the heat, and then raised the pressure price to $15 for 3 missions.
It is so easy to not mess up at this point, and they just continue to do like the worst things possible. Like you literally hit it out of the park by being like, "Hey guys, we're changing this or something," and then everyone's like, "Yay!" and then they do nothing anyway, or they literally do the exact opposite of that.
Love the part when Roadhog said unloading scrap, and then we had to pay for the scraps of PvE we were promised.
Scrap gun reloading, and he scrapped all of PvE to put it in his gun. It's
It was
so easy.
It was heroic of Honor to say, "I will not leave a broken game behind," and then make 20 new bugs trying to fix one. True.
It's not even like when
Every season. What's this new game-breaking bug that's discovered?
When you look at the patch notes, they're not even like addressing like the big things. Like there's a Kiriko bug that allows you to not teleport. That's been in the game literally since for launch.
All you have to do to activate is crouch.
Like in here, I can look at the Overwatch patch notes. But like instead of that, they're like changing lighting textures. Or here, fixed a bug that caused players to gain on fire at the start of a new round in competitive. Like one of your characters literally can't use an ability, and instead you're like, on
fire.
Fixed an issue where pinging opponents through walls as Sombra. This boost Torbjorn turrets and Soldier's biotic field. Fixed cases where Junker Queen's knife would remain pingable if she died. Like, who cares? Nobody is like getting really mad because they pinged Junker Queen's knife while she was dead.
It's also like the great change I had to Mercy with the 5 extra ammo a while ago. It's like she wasn't using enough during combat, so we had to give her some extra ammo to defend herself.
Like, literally Overwatch. It makes no sense. What about, like, experimental and PTR? Where's this stuff at? Because, like, they could have done that. They could have just done that with Overwatch 2. They could have done all of the changes that they did for Overwatch 2, except kept it 6v6, thrown that into PTR, and then had people be like, oh, wow, this is really, like, this makes the game much better. But instead they just scrapped, like, the entire game for no reason.
They felt like it. As long as they scrapped all of the Chengdu Hunter skins out of the item shop.
Chengdu was the only good team. I don't even know what's going on with Overwatch.
They still kept the icon banner, though. Just not all the skins.
Nice, I guess. I mean, they exist in our hearts.
Just not in the shop.
Just not in the shop.
My heart is the shop.
Overwatch League's so stupid. Oh, really?
Dog.
That's a dog.
What's going on with Overwatch League right now?
Yo, Pride Collection.
Probably Vitality's winning.
Yeah, Vitality takes over.
Honestly, they should just like scrap like
Overwatch.
all of the Overwatch League teams, and then just like throw RLCS players in there. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, like Justin playing Pharah, that would be crazy.
Justin Oppen on Pharah. Alright, I can look up the Overwatch. Okay, so Atlanta Reign has 100% win rate right now. Wow.
Damn.
Florida Mayhem. Like this is the state of Overwatch right now, where inside of the top 4 you have Atlanta Reign, you have Mayhem, Boston Uprising, and Houston Outlaws. Literally, Houston Outlaws is the only team that should be there in a normal season.
At least it's not like normal comp where the top 10 is the same guy.
yeah, he ends up.
What is this team?
Wait, what?
There's a new team in the East? Have you guys heard of the Dreamers?
I know they were a contenders team. I know
Rocket
that.
League?
A contenders team is top 3 in East bracket.
No
That
way.
is so
What?
funny. Shanghai is what, 0-5?
Bruh, that's crazy.
Dynasty is like getting trashed.
Dynasty fell off.
Literally all of the playoff, like there's what, 4 or 5 contenders teams that are trashing like actual pro teams. Like they're not even West playoffs, but East. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. And Soul Infernal of all teams is top of East.
Gosh,
like, they literally
Infernal.
switched from Fusion. And like
I love Philadelphia Fusion.
Meanwhile, Paris, after switching to Vegas, just got even worse. They're 0-10 right now.
How do you do that?
They're slagging. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's pretty impressive. I gotta be honest. I didn't even understand what's going on at Overwatch. RLCS makes more sense, and I just started watching it like a week ago, and I could still be like, oh yeah, at least these teams kind of make sense. Overwatch
You also
is like
tell what's going on, so just those are a bunch of lights, and I'm stunned dead. Okay.
kind of. I don't know. Overwatch League's kind of stupid because then every time you have a new profile that comes up, they're like, "Wow, Aspire is such a great player." And then a week
I
later,
love
you're like,
Aspire.
I can't wait to see where his career goes. And then a week later,
He's just
you're
like little girl.
You're
What do
not
you
supposed
mean?
to touch kids.
What do you mean?
I can't talk
What
to
do you mean
underage.
it's been 6 months? Where's the Titans' other DPS player? Oh, where's
Wait, why are
USA's other
Titans-
DPS player?
Oh.
That's weird. Who they have? What, Sugar Free and who else?
Oh, yeah, Super TF? Yeah, he's
You
DPS.
just have to throw Super on DPS. That's so sad. Because literally, like, other games, I guess it happens. Like, of course, League players would fucking do that. But, like, Overwatch League, it seems like literally every other week, they're just like, actually, like, all...
Tank's on healer
like,
now.
The World Cup teams that got, like, kicked out of World Cup because they were shouting racial slurs at each other during
It's like the
matches.
African teams or something.
That's so funny. Like, RLCS, they're just like, oh yeah, this is pretty chill. And they're like, well, I hate you, but that's whatever. Overwatch
slurs.
Overwatch players are like legitimately racist towards each other.
That's why I love Overwatch.
That's why they only let one African team in Rocket League.
Stupid.
With the North African, the Falcons. Yeah.
And that team's actually good. Like they
better than Shock.
The Falcons are nuts.
They just haven't won anything.
Well, this season they aren't very good. I'm pretty sure last year they went to Worlds and got like a top 4 finish or something. Like they did pretty good last year. Shout out to Africa.
I love Africa.
Meanwhile,
now Zen's in the league. It's so good,
Yeah, Zen is crazy. Other than him throwing that first match against BDS on land.
Yeah.
He literally was falling asleep. He forgot what game he was.
But there's like an entire thing that he almost beat every pro player in 1v1s except for like one guy.
Yeah.
He pretty much has.
Yeah.
He's like pretty much the undisputed like best player in the league right now. He's freaking nuts.
I'm better personally.
He's just not really good at it right now. Actual like team play.
No, he won. Vitality won the major. So they climbed all the way through lower bracket.
But they could be better.
And they beat BDS again. Which is crazy to think about because
remember everyone in the Twitch chat in like Zen's like opening game is like Zen
so
is fighting no one. Zen is schizophrenia.
Literally, half the chat is like Zen 1v3, Zen 1v5ing. What game is Zen playing? Because like he's doing the most random rotations,
and he's just like flying in the air for no reason.
Flying in the air. It's like Zen. The ball's on the other side of the field, my guy.
He's waiting for the pass. I'm just saying.
He was folding under pressure. Meanwhile, Overwatch pros are like trying to sexually harass the audience in the middle of the game or something.
Overwatch pros try not to make contact with young girls challenge.
It is so difficult for them. It just does not make
sense. And also, shout out to just old Minecraft YouTubers just like, abusing girls!
I mean, Minecraft, like, I don't know, that's fine. Like, Overwatch, you think it would, like, stop at this point because they just continuously ban them. Like Minecraft, you don't hear about that as much anymore.
Like Skydo's Minecraft, like abused his family and like
Overwatch players. It's like every other week. They're like,
here's another one.
This guy was head of his contenders team. He won 3 splits,
best DPS,
and sexual harassment charges.
Off like the team. Every other week. Now we're making our healer our tank.
Now we're making our tank become a sub.
Yeah, that's literally how it is. It's like. And now
Super TF, like America's main tank.
Healer,
no, he's our sub now. Sugar Free's on
we didn't need him anymore,
Then it literally shows how stupid the freaking game is when the World Cup, like the players are throwing like their healers on tank, and their tank is on heals, and their
tank's on DPS.
Like that's the worst idea.
But America still went 5-0.
America still goes 5-0. They dropped them bad now. It's just so stupid. That shows how stupid that is. I guess like it makes sense. I can't imagine doing that in another game.
Yeah, I just hate to
Paladins.
play tank if I'm playing healer 24/7.
Like Paladins.
Nah, Paladins that would work. Paladins person.
Yeah, Paladins. Every character is the same power.
Which it makes so much sense because like then you can actually outplay someone. Like I jiggle peek a corner and
you don't die immediately.
And I don't die instantly. Like. I don't.
Oh, it's found out of position.
I don't have to. You're not even like. It's not even out of position. It's just like existing. Like I watched this one clip earlier. There's I forgot who it was, but it was Ons. That's who it was. And he was playing Widowmaker, and there's this Sombra running around invisible.
It was on Midtown. Yeah. It was on Midtown.
He does like a 90-degree.
It's like
flick, bodies the guy while he's still invisible.
Yeah,
he wasn't even out of position. Like my guy was just.
It was next to spawn, and he just like scoped in randomly.
And he started accusing him of cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like. That makes no sense. He literally didn't have a chance to outplay the guy. He was invisible in everything.
And had no clue. There was no hint that he was over there.
And he didn't have a translocator down because he shouldn't have been found there. So we couldn't like teleport anywhere.
And it wouldn't have mattered because you got one shot anyway.
Yeah.
Like Paladins, I'm caught out of position. I'm like, okay, well, I can...
I can make it back to my team. Nope.
I can kind of like... I might be able to duel someone. Unless I'm playing like someone really stupid. Like if I'm playing like Ying or something, then I might as well just die because it's Ying.
You already have a reason to play Ying, so...
Well, I mean, if you're not playing Janos, then you're kind of just throwing on heals.
I mean, IO's pretty good.
I feel like...
As a duo.
Paladins is like such a weird game. Because like, honestly, having like 2 heals and 3 DPS is not a horrible idea. or like even 4 DPS 1 heal kind of works in like our gold lobbies.
Because tanks can be bodied by half the roster if they don't have a good healer.
Kind of. I don't know, tanks are pretty powerful. Like, if you have 2 tanks and, like, 2 heals and a DPS, you're kind of slamming through teams. Especially if you have, like, I don't know, like a double shield. Like, you've got, like, Barracks and, I don't know, Fernando or something.
Fernando with his impenetrable shield, because why not?
They literally just made better stuff. That was lit.
They have Reinhardt, but just give him a gun. That's how you make Khan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because you can actually duel people at range. Reinhardt's just like, oh, I'm waiting for a fire strike.
Swing.
That's not at range.
Swing.
Gosh, I can't wait to shatter and then immediately get cleansed.
Oh, man. Or get slept, or, get pinned.
Yeah, slept, or they beat it, they transit. Like,
Magnetic grenade.
You could do, or just like, oh, okay. Or honestly, magnetic. Shout out to magnetic grenade, just canceling ultimates.
Does it cancel shatter?
No, but it cancels Jagger Queen's ult.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it cancels like Queen's ult. It cancels like a couple ults and all.
The Queen's out, if it's already going, you can't really stop it.
I
know you can. I know you can, but like it's kind of hard to hit.
It's Cassie's grenade.
Yeah, but
you're
like
not playing. You haven't played Cassidy.
I haven't played Overwatch in like a month.
You literally can throw it from across the map, not see anyone, and then it will just stick to something.
Like the other day, I'm playing like whatever it is, Eco Point Arctic. I threw it at a wall. It got off the wall and stuck somebody.
It flipped reset off the wall.
Literally.
No way. Eco Point Antarctica. What a map.
Alright, I think that's all for the podcast today.
It's been 30 minutes. That's not a very long podcast.
I don't care.
He has a bedtime.
I do.
Okay.
I gotta go to sleep. It's 4 p.m. It's 3 p.m. I gotta go to sleep.
You have to go to sleep.
I gotta go to man, I'm dead. Anyway, we'll get you back next time with...
Next time we'll be talking about Royale and how great of a game that is.
Yeah.
Because Royale is crazy.
Honestly.
Except it isn't that good of a game. Because, like, you just kind of, like, die.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And Real Ruffy still has not gotten a victory royale.
I haven't. I'm washed in every game I play.
You're kind of washed at Royale. You really got to read up on your stats.
My fault.
He is not going to chicken dinner winner or something where it's called.
Winner chicken dinner.
I don't even know what the thing is. It's like number 1 Royale or something. I think that's what it's
number 1 Royaler.
I'm a Royaler.
I'm a Royaler, yeah. I think that's what comes up.
Alright. Podcast Pros out. On God.